Welcome to All About Videography. My name is Dor Levy. About 3 months ago, I reviewed the Sokani X60, and as much as I wanted to love this light, I was very disappointed and I did not feel I could recommend it. Now Sokani came with version number 2 of the X60, and I wanted to see if what was changed or fixed is good enough to recommend it. So I'm going to go back and forth issue by issue between the previous video and this one to go over all the flaws I found with this light and see how it was improved or fixed. The first issue was the yoke.
The yoke locking mechanism is limited to weight. Initially I put it with the aperture lantern softbox, and that's what I have over here. It's the aperture lantern softbox. And so it is pretty heavy softbox. And when I compared it to the Godox had no problem to hold this. It didn't bend, it didn't give, nothing. This one couldn't hold it. So I assume maybe it's because it's too heavy. So I put a very small softbox and it was just the same. It's just little by little, it dropped down and dropped.
So they did fix it. Now there is the rosette lock, which means it's going to hold even a massive softbox like the aperture lantern softbox. And I've tried that with the version number 1, and it was not able to hold it even a bit. Now the funny thing is that I ordered an rosette lock to integrate it to the yoke and the body of the Sokani version number 1, and I even started with the process, but then someone left a comment that there is a version number 2 of the Sokani X60 which I did not know, and the yoke problem was taken care of. So I'm happy that they did it first. Just a minor thing to mention, the screws on the rosette were a little bit loose, so if you end up getting one, just make sure the screws are tightening. Second issue, the fan noise.
If you are planning on using this for professional videography, for doing a lot of interviews, when capturing sound is very important to you, then this light is not for you. The fan from this light is just amazing loud.
And now I'm 20 inches away from the Godox. Now I'll turn off the Godox and I'll turn on the Sokani right away. So the fan noise from the Sokani X60 version 2 is a night and day compared to the version number 1. It is very quiet fan, and you should feel very comfortable to shoot an interview in a quiet room. Now I recorded the fan noise from 20 inches away when the light was cold, and 20 minutes later I recorded again when the light got hot. Now the fan noise was just the same, nothing changed, cold or hot. Then I thought maybe they rectified the light output, which means less heat, less fan RPM, and that all translates to a much quieter light. But that's not the case. I measured the lux with a reflector and without a reflector, and I got the same results as version number 1. So this is a fix. Third issue is the reflector, and I would say reflector / Bowen mount.
The reflector fits loosely inside the Bowen mount. It sounds like you are moving pots and pans in the kitchen. Let me show you. It's just it's just annoying.
Now no rattling at all from the reflector. It actually fits very snugly, and there is a little bit of, there's no rattling, just a little bit of free play, and a free play is a must. Otherwise, it's the reflector will be very hard to get in or out. So again, this is a fix. Issue number 4 was the DC input.
It took me only 3 times to connect and disconnect the power supply to the DC input for the DC input to sink into the case. It dropped in. And when I opened the case, I found that the plug was glued with a hot glue only in one small area of the plug. It was not glued all around.
Now I plugged it in and out for over 30 times and it's still sitting tight. But only time will tell. I want to believe that this is a fixed problem as well. Fifth issue was the 1% equal to 10% intensity.
The Sokani is rated, the intensity is rated from 1% all the way to 100%. And 100% means full power and 1% means almost no light. Now, the 1% of the Sokani looks to me like 10% intensity. It is far from looking like it is 1%. It's far from looking like it's about to die. I mean, see for yourself. This is 10% of the Godox and this is 1% of the Sokani. To me, it is just the same.
So it is just the same. Hopefully version number 3 will have that. Sixth issue was the remote control.
The remote control has on-off switch, but it does not turn on the light. It just turns on the remote itself. One of the things I like about turning on and off the light remotely is the fact that I can actually see how the light is controlling the scene.
The remote control still does not turn on and off the light, but for the most people, I believe it's not going to be an issue. Again, hopefully in the version number 3. Well, bottom line, Sokani did an excellent job listening to all the negative feedback they got. They fixed all the major problems: the yoke, the fan, the reflector, I would say reflector slash bone mount. And I would like to believe the DC plug as well. And yes, I wanted the remote control to turn on and off the light. And yes, I wanted the light to dim to a true 1%. But it would not stop me from recommending this light. The Sokani X60 version 2 is a great value. It is a solid light that comes with nice carrying case, and for the price it is a mind-blowing. Now this is not a full review. If you want to see the full review, you are more than welcome to watch the first video. I will leave a link below as well. I will leave an affiliate link just in case you want to get this light. And that's it. I hope you found this video informative. If you like this video, then a click on the like button will be highly appreciated. And please also consider subscribing to this channel. And don't forget to click on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.